I told you the houseplant market crashed. I was wrong. It didn't just crash, it fell off a cliff. Last week, we looked at plants that dropped to 50 bucks. But after digging through the numbers this week, I found 15 more former unicorns that are now sitting in the bargain bin for under $30. We're talking about plants that used to trade for car payments, now selling for the price of a brunch. But here's the investigative question nobody is asking. Are they cheap because they're finally abundant, or are they cheap because they actually suck to grow? Welcome to my channel. I'm Kevin, and today we're playing Buy or Pass on the new budget market. Let's look at the damage. First is the Philodendron Splendid, a hybrid mix between Melanochrysum and the Varicosum. It was $300, but now it's $20. It grows fast, it's velvety, it is perfect. Verdict, a hard buy. Plant number 2, and I'm going to butcher this, the Philodendron Camposportoanum, also known as the shapeshifter. It starts heart-shaped, grows bunny ears, then gets 3 loads. It was $150, but now it's $20. Verdict, buy it. It's basically 3 plants in one. Plant number 3 is the Philodendron Hastatum, the Silver Sword Philodendron. Remember these babies. This used to be the it girl of 2020, selling for $150. Now it's practically a landscape plant for $15. It is incredibly hardy, but be warned, if you don't give it a pull, it becomes a messy, falling over disaster. So the verdict would be buy, but only if you own a moss pole or have something for it to climb up. All right, plant number 4, the Squamiferum, the hairy philodendron, as it's known. It dropped from $200 to $25. People pay big money for fuzzy stems, but now you just don't have to like you once did. Verdict, buy it. It's weird, tactile, and distinct from everything else on your shelf. Guests, family members, everyone else will comment on it. Plant number 5, the Philodendron Burle Marx, specifically the OG plant, the green Burle Marx. You know, it dropped from $100 just to $12. Honestly, it grows sideways, it's messy, and it takes up way too much horizontal space. So the verdict would be pass. Unless you have a massive empty corner to fill, skip it. Just skip it. The variegated one is the only one that holds value, and that's a beautiful plant. Plant number 6, the Philodendron Nangaritense, known for huge pillowy leaves and red fuzzy stems. It was $150 plus, now $25. Verdict, buy it. It's a crawler, so give it a rectangular pot and watch it get massive. This makes me wonder, now that I'm curious, are you a fan of fuzzy petiole or stem plants? I'm still split, but maybe you could sway me one way or the other. Let me know in the comments exactly where you stand on fuzzy petioles or fuzzy stems. Moving to Monsteras, the Standleyana, I'm talking both the green and variegated varieties. They're beautiful, and they were $100 plus. Now they're $15. Here's the issue. Without the white variegation, the elbow version, as just mentioned, it's just a green vine. It grows slow and it looks generic, so verdict would be simple pass unless you're eyeing the elbow. Then get it. Plant number 8, Monstera Acuminata. There we go. Was $120, now $20. It looks 99% identical to an Adansonii, the Swiss cheese vine, which costs $5. Verdict, pass. Unless you are a scientist, nobody will know the difference. All right, quick question now for you folks. In general, do you prefer variegated plants or non-variegated? In general, I'm a non-variegated person, but, there are those ones that do catch my attention. But drop it in the comments. Let me know whether or not you prefer variegated or the OGs. On to plant number 9 and the Alocasias, the red secret. That metallic alien sheen was $300. Now it's only $20. Verdict, buy it. It looks fake in the best way possible, and it stays compact. Plant number 10, the Zebrina. This one's mine here. Look at those stems. Was $150. Now it's $15. It is breathtaking, but it is also a magnet for spider mites and a drop leaves if you look at it wrong. So my verdict is sort of split. I love mine, but you've really got to commit yourself to this plant. It's not one of those ones you can just kind of let it do its own thing, you know? All right, from Alocasia to Anthurium. Plants number 11 and 12 are the round boys, Anthurium Forgetii and Anthurium Dorayaki. They both used to be around $200 plus, I should say, and now they're only $25. Verdict, buy. They are cute, compact, and you don't need a massive greenhouse cabinet to let them survive. It's always a plus, right? Plant number 13, the Kings, Magnificum hybrids. They used to be $400 status symbols. Now they're $25 seedlings. So the verdict would be a hard buy. Fastest way to make your collection look super duper expensive without spending all that crazy money. Plant number 14, the Radicans, a very bumpy texture, was $250. Now $20. It crawls, you know. Verdict, buy. The texture is unlike anything else. People will notice it. You'll love it. Finally, plant number 15, Anthurium Pedatoradiatum, also known as the fingers. We'll go with that. The fingers. It looks like a hand, basically. You know, it was $300, now $15. Verdict, pass on this one. It gets huge, spindly, and messy, only for large spaces, really. So the market hasn't just corrected, it has democratized. You can now build a $5,000 collection from 2021 for about $300 in 2026. In a poll I asked you folks over on my YouTube channel, what's your true opinion on most rare plants in 2026? 31% of you said, fun to look at, but I'm not paying those prices. A majority, 40%, said they'll buy them after the price crash. A mighty 1% believe the prices are totally worth it for the right plant. And 28% of you said, overhyped. Give me healthy common plants any day. Thank you for weighing in, especially for you pothos lovers. For the next poll, I'm hoping you folks can help me out by weighing in on this. 15 former unicorn plants are now under $30. Sound familiar? What's your move? Are you gonna buy, load up your cart right now, pass, wait for the prices to drop even more, or you already overpaid for half these plants? And finally, watching silently while judging everyone. Look, this is a judge-free zone, guys. Now I want to know in the comments, which of the former unicorns featured did you overpay for? I know one of you paid $400 to $1,000 at least for at least a Splendid. Confess below, this is a safe space after all. And if you missed the first list of plants that crashed, including the one I lost money on, you need to watch this video right up here in the corner. Because man, oh man, those plants, the amount of money that they cost and the amount of heartbreak that they brought with them, with it, is just unforgivable. Unforgivable. But I'll see you guys in the next video.